Hi Yarny friends, this is Stephanie with Stephanie's Yarn Escape. Thank you for joining me today for episode number 73. This is a crochet podcast where I take you on my yarniest adventures in hopes that you find some sort of inspiration. So grab your favorite beverage, prop those feet up because you deserve to, and enjoy what I have to share. So I have today to share with you guys a few projects with a lot of progress. So I was recently feeling very overwhelmed with all of my whips that I currently have, and I felt like I was drowning in them. And so I kind of created this little game plan for myself to tackle some of those whips. There's a couple things I want to start. I even started this little notebook with my plan for June. This is just how I work sometimes. And I just kind of listed my whips, the things I need to want to start, the things I want to finish by the end of the month, and a plan to accomplish that. This is how my brain works, so I decided to put it down on paper. So it makes it a little bit easier, and I feel less overwhelmed when I was just focusing on a couple of things instead of so many things. So the only time, for those that follow me, know that the only time I really get to crochet is when my daughter goes to bed at night, which is right around 9 o'clock. So that's the only time and then I crochet till about 11 o'clock at night, and then I go to bed. So I only have so much time, and I felt like I was working on so many projects a little bit, spreading them out to have a little bit of progress, and so it was taking me forever to finish things, if that makes sense. So I decided to focus down on just a handful of projects that I want to finish up and go from there, and then move on to the next batch of whips that I have going on. So, but I do want to also start a few things as well too. So, and I have a finished object too, which I'm very excited to show you guys. So one of the ones that I am working on is part of my It's Cake Time challenge that I'm hosting over on my Facebook page. I did this challenge because I love cake yarn. I love the looks of cake yarn. I'm not a fan of using cake yarn because I struggle with color placement when it starts and when it ends and stuff. But I love the colors of cake yarn. Same goes with variegated yarn. So pretty. But when I put it in a project, my OCD kicks in. So I struggle with it a lot, both cakes and variegated yarn. Now, like I said, I love the looks of cake yarn, and I buy it, but I don't use it. So I need to use some cake yarn. And this is off to when I decided that, then I ended up buying more cake yarn. But anyways. So I have this cake here. This is a Karen latte cake that my local Yarny friend purchased this for me for Christmas a couple years ago. She got me 5 skeins, and I am currently on my 3rd skein. So this is 58% acrylic, 42% nylon, 530 yards, and it's a 5 bulky. And I just love how this feels. I just love it. So I was playing around with with one particular pattern, and this blanket's for me, for me at home. So for nobody in particular. So the OCD with the color changes is okay. So I had a particular pattern that I was trying to do with it. It wasn't working out. I tried it 3 times. And I decided just to go with a simple V-stitch blanket. And I'm glad I did, because it's working out beautifully. The yarn is going a long way. Let's see if I can show you guys here. So I have it nice and big because I like our blankets here nice and big because I just like wrapping up when I'm cold. This will keep you warm. So I'm like I said, I'm on my 3rd cake. So, and then right here, it is touching the floor. So I'm thinking this is only going to take the rest of this 3rd cake. So, and I'm 5'7". So, and it's nice and wide. I can't even get it all on the screen. Nice and wide so you can curl up nice and cozy with it. We like watching a lot of movies here, and so we always have a cuddle blanket for movie time. So this is what this is going to be. Actually, no, it may be, but we had, you guys probably heard this story 100 times, but we redid our bedroom last year? Or was it the year before? It's all a blur now. And I still need to finish like getting some decorative things for it. We have a couple more things we got to finish with it. But anyways, I found this crate at Hobby Lobby at one of my trips. And it's actually going to go, I'm going to get a little chair for the corner of the bedroom. That was my plan. Then I saw the crate. And I was like, that'd be cute next to a chair and then draping this blanket in it. So, but more than likely it'll end up downstairs as a cuddle blanket because it is nice and soft. Love, love, love. So, this is the colorway. I don't think I said Kissy Kissy. So, love, love, love. This is coming up so nicely. Like I said, I'm doing the V-stitch, so the yarn is going a long way. It's nice and airy, but still warm. I love it. So, can't wait till this is done. This blanket here is an easy peasy blanket. I work on it with my Knit Night girls because we talk a lot and I don't need anything that I have to focus on. So that is perfect. And I'm planning on hopefully getting it done by the end of the month. That is my goal. So, like I said, it's part of, I'm doing that because I started the cake, it's cake time challenge over on Facebook. Love everyone's makes with cakes. So cute. I have more cakes I want to use, so we'll see what the future holds for more challenges for that. So you have a chance to win 2 cakes of Premier Sweet Roll. This is a 4 medium. 245 yards, 100% acrylic in the color Cheesecake Pop. So cute. I kind of want to add this colorway to my collection, but I have not yet. Anyway, we'll stay away from that. What else am I working on? And that challenge is going to the end of the month. That's why I'm shooting to have that done by the end of the month. It may be a possibility. I'll have one more full week and a half. Something like that. It's going to be close, but that's what I'm shooting for is the end of the month. So what else am I working on? Well, another thing that has my attention greatly is my next design. I'm very excited about it. As I'm still not done with the second version of the sample piece. This was my first. And I did this one. It's very gorgeous because I did this one because the yarn I really wanted to use is not very froggable. So I did this one because I can frog it and I needed my math to work out accordingly. So I did it with this and it's still very pretty, but it's got lots of texture. Hopefully you guys can see that. Lots of texture. Very excited about it. But I've been working on the initial vision that I had. Is this one here. Now I'm on a decrease side, so it is going to go faster. And I tweaked a couple things from the original for it. And I'm very excited. This color, I love it. It's exactly what I envisioned. So you can really see the texture now. Love, love, love. It's everything I wanted it to be. So hopefully I get done with the decrease side this week. I made a change to the increase side, so I got to remember to change it on the decrease side so they match. And I'm going to tweak the pattern with the changes that I made during this and send it off to my testers. So I'm hoping it'll be out either in, at least by beginning of September, maybe the end of August. I'm not sure. But we shall see. But I was contemplating, the only thing that's going to prolong it is I have a very descriptive way on how to do a decrease. Sounds like it's easy, but I want to make sure everybody can do this and understand it well without getting frustrated with it, because I know what it's like to do this pattern that you want to make so badly, but it's confusing on a direction on a stitch. So, and the same with an increase, but the decrease part, I want to make sure it's understandable. So I'm contemplating doing a little video and attaching it to the pattern to do certain parts of this so you can understand all the stitches and be able to complete this. And of course, I'm, easy to contact with any questions, but my pattern testers are really good, so they'll be able to tell me what they think. So to make the video, it's going to take some, additional time on top of finishing this. So, because I should have been doing it while I'm working on this, but like I said, I only crochet at night, so I'm going to have to find like, a good time, either when my daughter's not home or, she's distracted by something where she don't need me for a little bit for me to do this and stuff like that. So a lot more work. That's my plans. I'm hoping to see, how that goes. I want to get as many details out there to the people that want to make this, to the creators, so they can make this. And I love it. It's so soft. So the yarn I'm using is this Yarn Bee 44th Street in the coloring Mustard. This is on the Hobby Lobby clearance. And I was so excited because when I initially started this, I'm like, it's going to be yarn that everyone can still purchase. It's perfect. But of course, this is a 3-weight yarn, 540 yards, 70% acrylic, 30% polyamide. You can use any 3-weight yarn that you please, But I was like, oh, they can make the same one. They have some really pretty colors in this line, and they're clearanced out. I did buy some, so that's in a later video. So yeah, there's where we are with that. This color is amazing. It's not froggable though, just so you know. Not easily frogged, I shall say. I was ruining more yarn than I was anything else. So, but anyway, yes, we're in the home stretch. I'm very excited about it. Love this color. And it'll be released just in time for fall, just enough time to make it, for those fall pictures and stuff like that. So, and once you get going with it and realize it's pretty repetitive on one side and then it goes pretty repetitive on the other side. Once you get used to it, you're golden, you can pretty much whiz through it. But it's hard because as I'm working on it, I have the pattern there that I typed up for my written notes. And I'm trying to follow the pattern to make sure it's right as well too. And that's really hard because I know what I'm doing, what I need to do, but I need to make sure my pattern's right. So, and that's where the pattern testers come into play too. All right, so what's the other thing I'm working on? It's my Attack of the Amigurumi 2022. I started my June theme is at the zoo. So, long story about this. If you guys remember me showing you a few weeks ago, that I started making, okay, I apologize about that. So, a few weeks ago, maybe a little bit longer, I showed you guys this object here. And this now object here that was ahead. This was to be a design per my daughter's request. Of a red panda with her specifications on what she wanted. I'm trying to find the words. I did start it. The head got me, which I knew it would. The body worked out great, exactly what I wanted. But I just I want to make this for her before, before she forgets about it, because she's pretty excited about it. So I want to make it for her before she forgets about it. It's a red panda. So I forget, was it Brittany? Brittany shared a red panda pattern on my Facebook page under the post for the June announcement. The words are escaping me. So I'm like, I thought about it. I'm like, okay, just make the red panda, get this pattern, and switch things around to the way you want them to be, and move on. So that's what I'm doing. I may come back to this. I had to stop the head because it was not working out the way I wanted it to. So I started a new one. This is all the farther we are on it. This is, I believe, the head. The pattern I purchased off of Etsy. I don't have it printed out. I downloaded it to my Knit Companion, and I cannot, for the life of me, remember who it's by or anything. So I'll be sure to link it down below where you can get the pattern. It's using like a cotton yarn. It's not that big. But I'm going to blow it up. I'm going to make it a lot bigger. But what I liked about it was the face, because there's white part on the face. And that's where I was struggling with this, was the white part on the face, because I could not get it to do what I wanted it to do. And that's where I was struggling with this. We shall see. I thought I was ready to design amigurumi. I may be. I'm not sure. We shall see. But for right now, we're just going to go with a different panda. Red panda. So that's what we're doing. The yarn I'm using, and this is her choice, is I love this yarn in the color terracotta. It's a 4 medium 100% acrylic, 355 yards. And the other color is this Craft Smart Value, 354 yards, 100% acrylic, in the color wine. So these two colors together make up the red panda that she wants. Now this kind of different lights looks dark purple, but it's a really, really dark red. And that's what we want. So going on that, and we shall see what comes of it. I actually want to make a couple of them. So I might be doing, like, when I make more than one of a pattern, my problem is once I make the pattern, I usually don't go back to it. I move on to other things because I have so much going on. So when I do need to make multiples of the same pattern, I make. So right now I'm working on the head. Once I'm finished with the head, I'll start another head. And then I'll do the body of one, and I'll do the body of the other. And then, the feet, I do them all at the same time, attach them all at the same time. So that's more than likely what I'm going to do. But we shall see about that. So Attack of the Amigurumi 2022 June theme is zoo animals, and you have a chance to win 2 skeins of I Love This Yarn print. Oh, look at those gorgeous colors. This is 100% acrylic, 252 yards, because it is a print colorway, 4 medium, and this is the colorway Cobblestone. And then you got one of my stitch markers there as well too. So it's got that red, some blue speckle, some taupe, white. It's very, very pretty. So you have a chance to win that. So you have till the end of June to get your entries in for the month. What else is there? Well, I have one more thing. In this bag is my finished amigurumi for May, my deck. Just finished them up last night. I assembled them all together. I am very excited about him. You ready? Look how cute he is. So he's all done. Now this pattern is by Grace and Yarn. I've done her llama pattern as well too. I really like her patterns and how they turn out. So now someone gave me a suggestion about putting a hat on him. And I like the idea, but I just don't know what kind of hat. Like, what, a top hat maybe? I don't know. But he would look cute with a hat, but he also looks cute with that one, so I don't know. And his tail. He's very cute. I just finished him up last night. I love him. Now he's got to get his pictures done so he can hopefully find his next new home. But yes, like I said, Grace and Yarn patterns, I love them. And this is all worked as one. So like you work on one foot and then you work on the other foot and you connect them and you work the body up. And then you have your head, which you have to attach, and your arms and your tail and, you know, everything else. But the legs to the body are usually one. Of the two patterns that I've done of hers, they are both the same. So I just love them. He is cute. So the yarn I use for him is, I love this yarn in yellow. And then I went and bought this because I didn't think I have yellow. But as I was looking through my stash for my orange, I found I have plenty of yellow. I found this in my stash. Red Heart Super Saver in the colorway Pumpkin. 100% acrylic, 4 medium, and 364 yards. So these two colors together make up this guy. I think he's absolutely perfect. I'm loving making this amigurumi. I want to make a couple other things besides my Attack and Amigurumi of the month theme. But I have a lot of big projects I need to get down. Like I said, I'm feeling very overwhelmed with all the whips that I have. Trying to get them under control. I feel like they're overtaking my carts and my project bags, and there's more things I want to start and all this, but I'm trying to be a good person and not do that and just wait and finish up what I have going, because sometimes some things just get pushed way to the back burner and never seen again for many, many years, or they get frogged many, many years later. And there's some projects, like I've already weeded out the projects I don't want to finish. I've already weeded them out, and the projects I have way on the back burner now are ones I want to complete, but I don't have a chance. I have a sweater that I want to do. I have a blanket that I want to do that has been on the back burner. So I want to bring this back to the front burner. So I need to finish some of these things up first. So that's what I'm working on now with my yarn plan. So yeah. I think that's all I have to share with you guys today. Thank you for joining me and watching. Be sure to check out the Facebook for the other challenges. Another challenge that's going on as well too is the Cuddle Along That Crochet Creations by Christy and I are doing until the end of July. We're running that challenge. You have to make, all the rules are over on the Facebook. So that's still going. Now, there's projects that I show on our No Filter Fibercast that you only see on No Filter Fibercast. But once I do finish them up, I do bring them on here. So there are more projects that I am currently working on as well too that you guys don't get to see. So once I finish them, if you don't watch the No Filter on Christy's channel, I will bring them on here and share those with you guys. So I think we're going to be recording here before long. It is the 19th, so probably next week-ish, week after-ish, something like that, whenever our schedules can work out. We do our late night live, so yeah. And there's one more thing too. So I just hit my 2-year podiversary on June 7th. I'm very excited about it. I've been doing this for 2 years now, sharing my makes, seeing everybody's makes, making some new friends along the way. It's been one crazy journey. So very excited about that. And still can't believe it's been 2 years. Just crazy. 2 years. So we're going to be doing a celebration coming up soon, because I also have hit a milestone of 500 subscribers. Actually, I'm like just a hair, very small hair, over 500. So we're going to be doing a celebration giveaway here soon. I wasn't ready for it for today, so hopefully by the next episode I can get something together and we're going to celebrate both milestones together. So I think that's it. Yeah. So I hope you all have a fabulous day, and remember to keep that yarn running through his fingers, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.